get yourself settled however you want. If you want to lie down or lay back against a chair or however it is you want to support yourself, you need a blanket. Non-duality refers to the two kind of levels. It refers to what's real in terms of our body, our thoughts, our experiences. And one of the really important things that we do to heal is to heal our body, to heal our learned experiences, the beliefs that happen because we have a certain experience. And then as children, especially, we believe that we are unlovable or unworthy or somehow really deficient if we're in an environment where that's what's reflected to us. And children who are in an environment where they're connected and where they have a safe connection with the adults, parents, they have a very different experience. They don't grow up believing that there's something fundamentally wrong with them. So if that was your experience, and to some extent that's everybody's experience, but the latest research is that you only need about 30% of the time to be attuned to. We don't need parents to be perfect. But a lot of parents are very disconnected, and abuse happens, neglect happens, and we've never had that opportunity. And now we're adults and we're on some kind of a healing journey, or we wouldn't be here. And now we can tune in and really get to know ourselves and to see that a lot of the things that we've learned are actually not true. And in terms of working with this in a practice, one of the ways that we can do that is when thoughts come in, we can look to see, is this something that I know, or is this something that I've learned? So when we're looking for our own basic goodness, that's a concept that we hear a certain amount in Buddhist circles, in Eastern philosophy, certainly in the yoga meditation tradition that I study. And one of the very first things I learned was the concept of basic goodness, and that we have habits and things going on in our mind and our bodies that are not pure and wonderful. They're not really higher level consciousness. There's a lot of things that happen with all of us. We might be jealous, or we might have catastrophic thinking, or we might have something going on like that. So we're not saying that that's divine. We're not saying that everything that arises is how it should be or how it could be. But what we're looking at is these things arise, and it is our true experience, and we developed beliefs around them. And right alongside that is the knowing that underneath all of the layers of dysfunction or pain or compulsion or all of that, underneath all of that, and the space of awareness in which all of that arises and happens and we see and we don't see, that there's a basic goodness. So, one way we could perhaps work with that is to think about two swim lanes. In one lane is what we know. We know our own basic goodness. When we actually look, and that's what inquiry is all about, we can't actually find someone who's bad. In the other swim lane, we could find lots of evidence of behavior, of beliefs, And we can see through those. We can see this belief: I am bad, I'm unlovable, I'm deficient in some way. When we really look and be present in our body, when we tune into that energy and we mine the sensation, we're interested and we want to know, why is this contracted energy in my body here right now? I have this set of words. I am unworthy, I'm bad. And there's some kind of an energy where that's stored in the body. Notice what's happening in your body, whatever your words might be, they might be something a little bit different. But whatever your belief is, that you're somehow deficient, there's something wrong with you. And look at those words, let them come up in your mind. You could look at them like they're on a poster board or something. You could hear the sounds. Maybe there's somebody's voice. You've heard those many times, maybe. And let's look to see, what is the evidence for that belief? What is the starting point of that belief? And if words or images come up that are kind of pulling you away from the observation, we're doing a mindfulness inquiry. We're looking to see what's going on in our body. What is the energy around something? What are the thoughts that come? So if something is feeling really intense and pulling you in, then do the tapping. Tap on your forehead, take your attention away from the words and pictures and into the sound and sensation of the tapping. Or you could open your eyes, put the image on the wall across from you. Notice the space all around the image, between you and the image. Look to see, there's often a lot of noise, a lot of intensity. We tap on it, or we take our eyes around the space, or we get right into that energy. Notice the space all around the energy as well. These are experiences and memories of experiences. And the way our brain functions is that we form beliefs based on our experiences. So pull up a few, two or three, even maybe experiences of when it was that you were forming the belief that there's something wrong with you. And if you've done much inquiry, also you've had the experience that you've seen through those beliefs. The Velcro releases between the energy of it in your body and the thoughts, the words, the pictures. What we're really seeing is that we've had experiences and we've formed beliefs. Our lives have been very much in line with those beliefs. And that right now we're observing the stored experience in our body and our mind. And our brain does that because it's evolutionary advantage of remembering danger, remembering things that could hurt us. There's actually a positive motive for that function in our system. It's trying to protect us. So, coming back to the image of a swim lane, two swim lanes. So, this is one of the swim lanes. There's a lot of content in what we've learned. And then right next to it is what we know. What we know to be true doesn't need to have any evidence for it. It's very interesting to inquire into what we know. So I know that there's more to who I am than the swim lane. I know there's more to me than my brain, the thoughts in my brain, the feelings in my body, the beliefs that I have. So check into that. I know that I'm not limited to my body, my experiences, my thoughts. I know there's something more than that. And one way that I know that is because there's something here that's observing what's happening in my body and breath and experience and beliefs, all the thoughts in that part of the mind. So, at the very least, there's a higher level of the mind that can watch the thoughts that are flowing in the mind. We know this through our direct experience, not through evidence and experiences of interactions with people. We know this by tuning in to our own direct experience in this moment. There's more to me than the thoughts, more to me than my body, more to me than my experiences. Rest your attention there. The other lane can really grab our attention. And right now, if there's something coming up in that other lane that we really need to look at, we could see if we could do that from here, from this other place of knowing, this deeper knowing. We see thoughts arise, we notice energy in our body, we see how they're linked. And that's not all of who we are. We're also the presence that's noticing them. And notice what it feels like in this lane. It's quieter. Maybe you could sense stillness. We know there's activity in the other lane. Sometimes that activity is quite loud and we get kind of swept away in it. But anytime we tune back into this is always here too. We don't need to get rid of the other lane. If we find we've gotten absorbed in it for a while, we don't need to be unkind. We could just bring ourselves back. This is true too, in a whole different way. And bring up one of the sets of words you were using right at the beginning around core deficiency beliefs. I'm bad. And from here, from this quiet knowing, what you know without any evidence at all, test that out and see if it feels true from here. And if something comes up, look at it to see how you know that. Is it words? Is it pictures? Is it a sensation in your body? And if it is, that's something that you've learned through experience. That belongs in that other lane. We can watch the flow of that from here. What do you know from this lane, from this stillness, this quiet? Do you know that to be true? At this level, what we know is much deeper than a belief that we've formed based on experience. So let go of the words, let them be in the other lane. Stay really connected with this deeper truth, the deeper knowing that you know without any evidence at all, your own basic goodness. Or maybe it's your own basic, I know I'm not bad, your own basic, I'm not badness. It might not feel like goodness. It might not feel like either side of that dichotomy of the goodness or badness. It might feel something more neutral. Keep your attention here. What is your true known experience? Notice that you might get drawn into that other stream of evidence and experience and thoughts, and that this is always here too. It doesn't go away, it's not changed or affected or damaged by what's going on in that other stream. And set your intention that as you move through the day and the weeks and the months ahead, that you'll keep coming back to this. What is it that I know? What is it that I've learned? And those are two very different things. And when you're ready, open your eyes.